This incident happened over 6 weeks ago, and I know that many may prefer quick decisions, but that does not serve justice. My office and I must evaluate these situations on a case-by-case basis. That alone dictates how long the review takes. And justice requires that my office and I conduct a thorough review of all the evidence of the case in an objective manner, free from preconceptions or outside interference, and that the decision is compliant with the law and not with emotion. We received the final forensics report recently, and we finalized our review just yesterday, so I immediately called a press conference to give you the results. And I'm confident that my decision was based on every fact available and was made with due diligence and the utmost care. The officer-involved shooting on May 1st, 2025, from my review, I have determined that Officer A was legally justified in his use of force on that day. I did not send this to the grand jury, but instead I made my decision based on the review and recommendation of my senior staff. And let's be clear about this. I am the only person responsible for this decision. I assure you that I take this responsibility seriously, as I do every aspect of my job. We have to be objectively reasonable, and we listed out some of these. Severity of the crime, warnings of officers ignored. Was there a chase involved? Was a suspect armed? Was there an immediate threat of safety? And continuing, it's clear that Hinton's conduct indicates the nature and level of the threat he posed either to the officer or others, because he ignored the officer's commands, he ran from police, he stopped to pick up a fallen weapon, he ran with the gun in the direction of the officer, he glanced at the officer with the gun in his hand, and he pointed the gun in a bladed manner at Officer A. And when I use the phrase bladed, that's just a colloquialism for when you're running in one, or posed in one direction, but you turn your body. You can Google it just like I did. And there's also a part of this calculus of reasonableness that acknowledges that police officers are often forced to make split-second decisions in circumstances that are tense, uncertain, and rapidly evolving. And look, we went through frame by frame by frame over several minutes. This officer had just about that much time. And our conclusion: under the law, the evidence shows that it was objectively reasonable for Officer A to perceive that Hinton posed a serious threat of imminent harm to him and to others. When Hinton popped out through the dumpsters, moving toward Officer A with a gun in his hand, the applicable law and evidence indicate that Officer A was reasonable in his fear of harm. This shooting was justified.